We're recording.
Oh, we are? For real?
For real.
Jeannie wasn't here and you didn't do the crack thing.
Hi, I'm Michael Redmond.
And I'm Kathryn Redmond.
And this is a half a bubble out
autocomplete
interview. It's technically not a crack.
Technically not crack, but that's what I called it.
It's the clapper.
The clapper, which is almost worse. Today's topic is business and management.
Management.
Here we go. Are we ready? Why are my employees so lazy?
So lazy. Going to Google and asking that question, I'm just like, what in the world?
That is a discouraged business owner.
So somebody must be really frustrated if they're
struggling.
typing in there. They're just snarky and
Yes.
wanting to know. If you have trouble with lazy, employees.
First of all, no, you're not alone because Gallup says 74% of American workers are disengaged at work.
That's them being lazy?
Well, sleepwalking through the day might look like lazy to a business owner.
Maybe. So what do you do if they're lazy? Because you just don't want to ask, what do I do? Why are they so lazy? It starts with trying to figure out how to hire well. Mm-hmm. And depending on what industry you're in, there's a couple of different things. Hire well and inspire well.
Inspire well. Yeah.
And
do they feel at all connected to anything?
Yeah. And some leaders are like, what? It isn't my job to inspire people. They need to show up. It's just like some teachers who say, it's not my job to inspire kids to learn. They should just show up and want to learn. Employees are human beings. They need to be inspired if you're going to give them their best. They're looking for someone to be inspired, whether they know it or not, because when they are inspired, they're like, this is something I've been looking for my whole life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. You also want to make sure it's a good fit, like what they're doing actually fits their personality. Otherwise, that's going to be a problem too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So.
Why my employees hate me.
Why? Because you think they're lazy.
Because you're not inspiring them.
Because you think they're lazy and they suck and they are no good.
So if your employees hate you, it's really possible you might want to learn a little bit about leadership.
If one hates you or two hate you, you may have hired wrong and you might have the wrong people in your culture. If most of them hate you, it's probably because you need to grow and learn, because you're doing stuff. Broken. You're doing stuff to irritate them and aggravate them. If you want to keep getting the same results out of your leadership, just keep going forward. If not, grow, change. What can you do to change? Study leadership.
Study leadership.
There's some really good books and everything out there. How do I be a better leader? If you just Google that, that'll help. Or buy our book, Fulfilled.
It's a great book.
Okay. What does it say?
Why can't my employees write?
Well,
they grew up in the land of emojis and abbreviations and not always full sentences.
And even those of us that grew up before then, not all of us write well.
Yes, true.
So unfortunately, you have high standards. We appreciate the fact that you have high standards. And you're going to have to either make sure that you're checking this in your interview process, or you're going to have a training program. Yeah. But from my experience, make it easier on yourself. Ask for writing samples if you want them to write.
Yeah.
We do it. We have 2 or 3 writing samples in our interview process.
And we make them do it from like one's creative, one's sort of
more technical,
and one is just narrative about their lives. But definitely get samples of their writing.
If writing's important, if you need them to be good writers, then make sure that they're good writers before you offer them a job.
Yeah.
All right, next. Should I work with my spouse?
Well, I should.
We highly recommend it.
We like it a lot. Should you work with your spouse? Is probably what.
What do you think?
I think most people don't do it very well. I've actually worked for couples and it was horrible.
We've been told most people don't do it very well, and the ones we've seen, there's a small percentage of people who seem to do it well and enjoy it and don't drive their employees crazy.
Yeah. So should you work with your spouse? If you guys figured out how to complement each other, if you know what it looks like to work in your strengths, and each person's bringing their strengths to the table, and you know what it looks like not to fight in front of the kids. I mean, the employees. Like, don't fight in front of the employees. It's not a good gift.
Here's the other thing I recommend when it comes to this. One of the things that a lot of people miss when they're hiring, bringing on partners or hiring employees or anything is they don't look at both competence and character. Are they a good fit personality-wise for the company itself and for you as a leader? And are they competent? I've seen a lot of people who the spouse comes in, and unfortunately, because a lot of men start businesses and not as many women, their wives will come in and they're not good at certain things, but they get the job of accounting or something like that.
Yeah.
And
then
it's to save money or this.
And
yeah.
They mess things up. And
they don't have competence. And it's not because they're a woman or a man or anything else. It's because they don't have competence. So really, when we talk about being a good fit, we say, look, know their strengths, know what they're competent at, know what they're good at. Make sure that you can relate and communicate well and you have good emotional intelligence. And then
yes, you should work
it's
with your
great
spouse.
because
it's super fun.
There are so many extra benefits to working with spouse.
Travel
it's
together,
amazing.
you do stuff. It's fun.
She goes to the fun. I'm thinking it makes the business better. But yes, you get to travel together too. All right. Next.
Should I work with my laptop plugged in? That's a random autofill. I can't believe people's actually like, well, yes.
Well, you know what? I bet it is. I bet some people are thinking, is this going to ruin my battery?
Oh,
if
will it drain my battery too fast?
No, not drain my battery. If it's going to ruin my battery if it's plugged in all day long.
Oh.
Like, will it overcharge the battery or will it damage the battery?
What would the Google say?
Well, most electronics are really, like all electronics these days are very intelligent. You can leave it plugged in all day long and then only unplug it when you want.
There you go.
If you're going to drain your battery, though, and work through it, it's good every once in a while to let your battery just drain all the way to the end and then plug it in and let it charge up again. That's better for your battery. But leaving it plugged in will be fine. I'm a nerd. I know.
Should I work with my ex?
I would not recommend it.
Probably not.
I have never done it because I've never had an ex-wife. I've had ex-girlfriends, and I wouldn't work with my ex-girlfriends.
No.
But I would not work with my ex.
I mean, it's just an opinion. But
yeah, it's just our opinion.
I mean,
would you?
You know, unless you're in a situation
if we got a
where
divorce,
being
would you
married,
want to stay partners in the business?
I wouldn't know.
No.
I don't. Well,
You got a divorce for a reason.
yeah.
But in the 1 in 1,000 or 1 in a million case, there's a chance that it could happen. Yes. Like it works. Maybe they work better than they marry. I've met 1 or 2 couples that are like that.
Yeah, they're better at working together than being married.
But on a whole,
no.
don't bet your business on it. All right.
Okay.